Evening all. Now, the next video that you're about to see is actually a vlog I did yesterday. The long story short, up in London, in Tobacco Dock, which is just on the cover up the right hand side of London of Zone 2, um, there's a place there called Tobacco Dock, and I'd never heard of it up until about a week ago, and it's basically somewhere you can hold venues in like small units, etc. And they had a thing called the cat extravaganza, which, oh hello Spark, so my cat's just come down, um, where it's basically, I want to say it's like the cat version of crafts, but um, it really wasn't. I was expecting it to be sort of like a massive, kind of like there's some idea of the ideal home show if ever you've been to it or you know of it, or Comic Con kind of idea, sort of size, but it really wasn't. It was actually just two sort of medium-sized units. Sorry, just keep an eye. Two medium-sized units, and then in the biggest one, it was basically split down widthways, lengthways, and the back half had loads of, for what better word, imagine like U-shape units. And there were about 7 or 8 of them, and they were judging the different breeds, and there were about 10 cages, as it were. So it's about 90 to 100, I'm guessing about. And then behind that, in front of that, you had basically these were all competition cats, and all the breeders and owners and whatever. They had these. I will give them this. They had these carrier cases and like little houses, and I was expecting to be sort of like, the carriers that you see taken to vets, the sort of big plastic things. Like we've got one, but it's like a fold-up version, which Spark prefers because obviously she can move around better. But these things were literally like Wendy houses. These, I mean, obviously not the same size, but one of them was about sort of. Well, my sofa, as you can see here, is about, I don't know, about 2 foot wide, and it was probably about the same size as that cushion on its own, and in square as well. And it had like a little platform hanging from the top, so the cat could go and lie there. You could fit a tray, a small sort of size tray in it, plus have somewhere for them to have their food, plus somewhere for them to have. It was basically like a mini house, for a better word. And it all, from what I could see, they all kind of folded down so you could transport them, etc. So we went to that. That was about £27 a ticket, and we were expecting it to be a lot bigger than that. Don't think we would go back for that reason. It was just because of the price. And there is one picture which I haven't included, but if ever you've heard of the film A Street Cat Named Bob, started off as a book, James and Bob were there. And I did get a picture of them, but I've just taken the photos off here, so I can't include it. And you can't see from my point of view. But he was there. I managed to get a picture of them too, and he seemed pretty nice from what I could tell. And then we went around London, and I found and got to have a go with the Marvel Legends Infinity Gauntlet, and this thing's huge. I mean, I bought one off Wish, and don't get me wrong, that was still a fair old size. I mean, width-wise, it came on my arm. It came out to about sort of that far either, sort of that far either side, and it came up, and even with my hand all the way in, I still had about that much either on the tips, and it didn't make any noise. And it was kind of like a more sort of very thick rubber glove, for a better word. But this one was the full-on proper hardened plastic, and inside it had little hooks that you had to put your fingers through, and there was like a bar that ran along here, so I guess it stopped it from sliding off. And you could move all the fingers and everything, and each time you moved a finger, that particular stone would light up, and then if you clenched your fist, all of them would light up. I just realised the problem with it, because it had 6 stones, and you've obviously got 4 fingers and a thumb, so each time you move one, like, I can't remember the order, but I'm pretty certain it was like green, blue, yellow, purple, red, or whatever. And then you had one here. So I think the only way they got around it was to actually clench your fist and it made noise. Anyway, that was in the Disney store, and that was a mere £100. And I was considering getting it, but I don't have £100 spare, so I did not. Needless to say, it was a very good day out. So what you're going to see is the vlog of me and my wife going around London, a couple of clips from the show, and then us going around London, because we thought, well, we got up there about 10ish, sort of 10, half 10, and we were done after about an hour and a half, 2 hours, so we thought, may as well make a day of it. So we went round Selfridges, we went to the Disney store, went to Hamleys, which I have been to once before, and I was quite impressed. I do like my toys. And then we went to Sushi, which I still like. They have changed the menu drastically, so it's starting to become kind of half Sushi's, half Wagamama's now. But it is still worthwhile. And that was it. So I do have, by the way, a stinking cold, and I've been dosing myself up on many types of medication, hence the reason why I sound really croaky, and I sound really croaky and horrible in the vlog that you're about to watch. So with that in mind, here you go. Enjoy.
Morning. It's 11:30. We are at Tobacco Dock in London. It is the cat extravaganza, and I have a stinking cold. But we've literally been here a couple of minutes, and millions of putty cats everywhere. Now apparently, Bob the cat is around here somewhere. I think he's going to be the most popular, but there are different stalls. It's kind of like Ideal Home Show, but a lot smaller, but just primarily for cats. More to come later.
Short end hits to reach 3, please. Short end hits to reach 3, please.
Millions of kitties. So after being in the cat extravaganza for about 2 hours, we left there and we were going to go home, but we've decided to make a bit of a day of it. So we're currently in Oxford Street, and it's weird weather. 1 minute it was boiling hot, next minute it was pissing with rain. Now it's hot again. But we're going to go to Hamleys because reasons, and we'll see how that works out. So we've come out of Hamleys and we've decided to go on a beach. We're riding to Selfridges because we like that place. And
we've never been one.
Well, we have. We went on one in Orlando, remember? Yeah, we did one in Orlando.
And we've done the ones you cycle yourself.
Yeah, sorry, hold on a sec. We definitely did one in Orlando because it was the strip.
Yeah.
And then I think we were going to do one in LA, but we had the car, so we didn't see the point.
Yeah.
But our very lovely driver Just going to take us there. It says us having to get the tube.
He's not really a driver, he's a cyclist.
Rider. Just going to take us, and this is what you're seeing on the way. Okay, so we've just had dinner. Went to Yo Sushi in the end, which is just up there, next to Spoons. And 20 quid later, which is actually quite reasonable for what we got. Not overfilling, which is quite nice, but just about right now. Just about to try and find the train back. Go feed Georgie, then go home, feed Sparky. A lot of cats we know with E on the end.
My cat growing up was Abby and Molly.
Yeah. And then have a shower and pass out, I'm assuming, because we're both fucking knackered. So it's been a worthwhile day out. Been to quite a few decent places. Almost bought a lightsaber. Changed my mind in the end, and that's about it really. So I'm going to sign off and go home. See you later.